All righty, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Right off the bat, let's discuss the most heartfelt thing right now, other than Charlotte's grandchild being lost. Um, Last week, my laptop crashed, and we had to replace it. And between replacing it and um, getting in the hard drive back, it cost $500, which was $500 we were supposed to use for LSF. So between that and that 500 that PayPal won't release until August, that's $1,000 we are short on LSF funds, which we need. So that's where we're standing at the moment. We still
How
have
did
space to sell more tables, and we're at 62 authors for the world record event, so we're still short 60 authors. Um, we've sold 15 gala dinner tickets, so we have a lot more to sell there. Um, let's see what else. We still need lots of volunteers, at least half a dozen, preferably more, just to help relieve stress off of the different points that we've got going on. We've sold only one table for a half day or half weekend event at the rate that we normally did. We have about 55 tables set up, and we won't use them all with the 55 authors that are currently listed. Before I finish that, let me bring that back up. Bear with me a second. So vendors, we are actually at 48, but we have space for 55 currently. So we definitely have, if we can sell seven more tables at the full rate, we are in really good shape. That will help cover some of the deficit we are currently in. Um, so, Suggestion on getting the other 60 authors. Should we offer a referral fee for any of the authors that are currently signed up? If they get an author to sign up for it, they get a referral fee of $5 or $10.
um
Anybody?
I don't think so because we are already in a financial bind, and I don't know, hopefully everybody would just be helping us to make our organization improve, I would hope.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We lost Denise, so she was driving, probably lost her Wi-Fi. All right.
So how is our breakdown on the actual festival?
In what
Not counting
respect?
your laptop and all that, the money wise.
So right now we need to bring in, we have $300 sitting in the account as of right now. We need 1,500 total to cover current dinner expenses. Um, and that's it. And everything else is we're squared away. It's paid. The rooms are paid. My hotel room's almost paid. So all need to worry about is the dinner. So we just need to sell dinner tickets to get that squared away. But we have currently $300 set aside that just came in today. So it hasn't hit the bank account yet. It'll hit Friday. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
So, I mean, it looks like shit right now. I'll just be honest. Losing $1,000 is just not helping at all.
Right.
I checked with PayPal this morning to confirm when that was going to be released, and it's not going to be released until August. So unless we can figure out a way to borrow against it, so that we had that $500 available to us now, that would be great. Um, but otherwise, yeah, um, between that 500 and 300, that's $800 we would have, plus whatever else we can get coming in. Like I said, we have space for seven more um, tables, and that's $1,400 right there if we can bring that in. Um, so, I mean, we're so close. It's just not, it's not there at the moment, and it's killing me. It's like the authors. If we had the 120 authors, we'd be okay. Another 60 authors at $50 each, that's 3,000 bucks coming in. So, we'd be fine with all of that. But until that happens, and it looks like it might not happen until the day of, it's killing me.
Yeah,
That loss of the laptop, and I had to replace it. There's no way around that. I had to
right.
replace it. So that's where we're at on that. We have 5 members that are due to renew, and only one of them is renewed for this month. So we may be losing some. But if they renewed, that's at least another 250 bucks minimum coming back. And I sent out reminders about that this morning. I'm not sure what else to say in that respect. I'm open to ideas.
I wish I had more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. We still need to buy a couple or get access to a couple karaoke machines. So does any of you have one that you can use?
I might be able to access one.
Yeah.
Let me double check, but it's not really a karaoke.
So
It's
is it a speaker that has a microphone attached to it? That will work.
let me double check with my partner. She keeps all the sound equipment for. I have a new group. It's called Star Time, and we have new sound equipment. So if I'm
Yeah.
bringing it down there and bringing it back, I think that'd be okay.
Okay.
And I have two
Um,
mics and two mic stands.
that's perfect.
They're cordless,
So
but that's okay.
yeah, that's even better because what we need is one for each of the readers. So they're going back and forth throughout the period of the readings and stuff. Um, and we need the speaker so that the iPhones that are recording them will be able to pick it up and hear it at a distance. They can't be right on top of the people and stuff. So yes, if you have that, that would help immensely. The cheapest I found so far is $60 for two, so $120 cost.
Well,
And I'd rather not spend it if
if
we don't have
I
to.
don't know any reason why we can't use this one because we do not. I mean, I'm planning on being in Austin, and we're not planning on having a show that weekend. So uh, there shouldn't be an issue at all.
Good.
But I'll just check with my partner. And
Okay. As soon as you
make
can
sure
confirm that, let me know.
Yeah,
Um,
and I need to talk to you anyway. So either after this or maybe first thing in the morning, whatever's good for you.
After this would be great because there's a good chance I'm going to be on the road heading to Dallas tomorrow.
Okay.
There's an event happening tomorrow night that, with authors that I'm trying to meet to try to let them know about the event and, also
Yeah.
record them and stuff. So,
Okay.
trying to get more authors involved. So we haven't been doing that as much as we normally have. Like last year, I was quite busy this year. It's not been that we just didn't have the money for it. Okay, so no referral fees. Okay. Let's see what else. Portable printer. Anybody have like a small little HP inkjet or something that they can bring with them?
No, don't have that.
I have one, but it's the slowest thing on earth. I hate this printer, and it's fairly new, but I hate it.
Okay. Is it HP or something else?
Huh? It's an
Isn't
HP.
it? Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah, if we can get a printer, because I don't own one, but if we can get one that we can use at the event, that would help a lot.
I can bring it, but it takes a while to warm up. Once it gets warmed up, it's not too bad, but it takes forever to warm up.
How old is it?
How long is
No,
forever?
it's a year old.
Jeez. What
How
was
long
that,
is
Charlotte?
forever? 5 minutes, 2 minutes?
How old is what?
How long does it take?
Oh,
Yeah, how long is forever? 2 minutes,
oh.
5 minutes for it to warm up.
Um, it seems like forever when you're when I go to click on it, it does all this back and forth stuff, the carriages or whatever, cartridges, whatever, and then finally it comes on. But I would say it feels like it's at least 5 minutes. It may not be that long, but my old one just did it. As soon as I press print, it did it. So
Okay.
it's not a matter of getting warm, hot, that kind of warm up. It's taking all the information and getting going.
I had
Okay.
that issue, and my granddaughter's my techie because I am not a techie,
Mhm,
and she put me in a new Wi-Fi in my house, and
mhm.
it made all of a sudden
My
it
daughter has one like this. She said the same thing. So
okay.
I think it's this particular one. It said it printed quick, and it will do your page quickly. It just takes it a while to load it and get it going.
Right. It
But
thinks,
anyway, I
yeah,
can bring it.
mine will just, for no reason, I'll be sitting here doing something else and I'm going, what are you doing? It just
Yes,
thinks on its, well, I think that's AI taking over slowly.
maybe. Maybe so.
All right. Well, yeah. If I don't get a hold of another one, I'll let you know, Becky, to bring it.
Okay.
But we'll definitely need it for the event.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, Becky, when are you planning on coming in?
Uh, what day? It starts on Friday or
Right.
Saturday.
So
I'm coming
Friday.
the day before it starts.
Okay. So on Friday is the setup.
Okay.
So everybody can start coming in at 3 o'clock to start setting their tables up. And then the reception's at 7.
Yeah, I can come anytime that day.
Okay, cool. All right. Because you can't check into the hotel until 3, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'm going to spend Thursday night there, so I'm ready to go on Friday. Start everything, make sure the tables are lined up properly and all that stuff.
What time does everything start on Saturday?
So the readings start at 7 a.m. The festival or the vendors area opens at 9 a.m. And then the sessions, classes slash panels start at 9 a.m. as well.
Did you say our tables have tablecloths or we need them?
They have them.
Okay.
They should all have them, but if you have one to bring that you use special, excuse me,
Okay.
feel free to do so. There's Denise Montgomery. How are
It wouldn't let me in. It was saying invalid meeting ID.
you? It's been tricky as usual. So, all right. You haven't missed too much. We've been ranting and raving about not having money. So we need 60 more authors for the world record to actually accomplish the world record. Actually 50 more, but 60 would be nice. If we can get them in at $50 each, that's 3,000 bucks that we need to finalize our expenses. We have space for 7 more author tables to be sold. So if we can get that brings in another $1,400 that will help cover our expenses. Currently, we're at about $1,500 in the hole for expenses. So we need to get those authors signed up. We need to get those tables sold so that we're okay. So that's kind of where we're caught up at. Denise Montgomery or Denise Bryson, you're on. I see something.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
There
I'm
you
sitting
are.
up here trying to think what the world can we do? I gotta still pay for my dinner. I just have kind of been in a place where I ain't really had, but I'll do my best to get caught up.
That's fine. For the board members, I wasn't really expecting much, but yeah, if
So
you
I'll
do,
pay
that
for
would be
my
great.
dinner. No, I will pay for my dinner today if okay. Because I didn't understand the link you sent, but I'll pay for it today. So and I'll just go ahead and make a donation along with it. So that will
Okay.
so
All right. And also, we were asking if you've guys got a portable printer, like an HP inkjet or something like that, you can bring um, to the event. That would be great. If not, don't sweat it. Becky has one, but if we have another one, that would help a lot. So,
if
oh,
I can
and
find the power cord, I got one too. I just gotta
okay.
find the power cord.
All right. All right. So the other thing on the list is the raffle. Becky had recommended doing a, what did you call it? The bucket, what?
Bucket raffles.
The bucket
I've,
raffle? Okay.
yeah, I've seen them before. You put a bucket, you put your prize out and you put a bucket in front of it or any kind of container in front of it. And so people can bid on just that one item. They can put them all into one, or they can stretch them out. If there's 10 items, they can put one in each bucket or how much ever they get.
So you're saying they buy 10 tickets for whatever amount?
Buy them if we give them for coming up to our tables, author tables, give them a
Gotcha.
few free, however we choose to do that. But they're not just in a blind raffle that they might get the thing they don't want or they do want. They can choose.
I love those best.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can choose which one you want to put it in. So,
Yeah. So to that, I bought 6 buckets. So they're small little pails, cost me $1 each. So it was worth it. So I'll use those for the people to put their things in. So that brings up the question, what do we want to sell the raffle tickets for? Are we going to do like $1 each, or do we do $5? Do we do $1 each? And if you buy $5, you get one free. What do we want to sell them for?
do we have all the merchandise for the giveaway?
Yeah, we have baskets and books. You said you were going to donate a weekend at your place.
If we want to do that, it works. I mean, I'll donate it. It probably works best as a per money, not a ticket. I would think that one would go best. Like if you have a silent auction for it or a live auction for it, so that someone doesn't win it for $5. I don't know that we would
Oh,
make
yeah,
much
I
money.
agree with you on that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So maybe there's a couple of live auctions, maybe 3. Alan, what do you have besides just some baskets?
So the baskets with books. That's it. I do have one, and I guess you can't see it, but I have a bottle of wine that is about 2 feet tall.
Oh,
So
okay.
nice
Well,
size
and
bottle.
I'm bringing one, and it's called Curl Up with a Good Book, and it's got a blanket. It's got several of my books in it. It's got a coffee mug or a teacup, and usually I put tea bags in it and stuff.
Perfect.
And I can make one if we need to.
And I
But-
got t-shirts and mugs. I can put a basket together too.
And I'll
Okay.
give a gift card if I have to do like a $20 or $25 gift card to put with Denise's t-shirts. That would be one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. that would
Actually,
work.
I'll use
Okay.
your gift card with books to make it a separate one.
Okay, so
you
I'll
know,
give a $25
spread out
gift
as
card.
many items as we can, basically.
Okay. So
So I
put me down
suggest-
for a $25 gift card.
All right. Becky, what were you saying?
I suggest having as many buckets as we can, and then having a couple of big items, or even if it's just the one big item.
Even if it's just your one. Yeah.
a weekend at the beach house. We could either do it, a live one, or just they have to buy tickets or just bid their price on that. We donated a lot to like the fire departments or places that need to make money. And so they offer money for it. I mean, we don't get it. I donate it back to the fire department or whoever is holding the event.
Becky,
Okay,
can
so-
we put a starting bid of like 500 or 100 or something,
I
on the
think
bid
that's-
sheets?
Yeah, I think that's perfectly
I
fine.
mean,
And
I would think that would be.
Yeah. I have
Okay,
a
so-
poster board that I bring with it that has pictures of the house and everything.
Good.
Okay. So if I'm hearing correctly, we have basically 2 types of raffle going on. For Becky, it's a silent auction with a starting price. And then the others are, they buy a raffle ticket and stick it in whichever item they
bucket.
want.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So the drawings would not be until Sunday. The silent auction we can do, start taking on Saturday and announce the winner on Saturday night at the dinner? Does that sound right? Or should we hold off and just wait until Sunday to see who else comes in on Sunday?
So it's 3 days? I didn't know it was 3 days.
Well, the festival is Saturday and Sunday.
Oops.
Oh, okay.
We have the reception on Friday night. So
Mhm.
that's why it seems like it's 3 days.
Oh, okay.
It kind of is. But if we do a raffle ticket, then we would cut it off at maybe 1 or 2 o'clock on Sunday and then draw the winners. If any of the winners happen to be there, great. If not, we notify them and make arrangements for them to get it. But as far as Becky's item, the larger item, um, we would do a silent auction. And again, do we want to wait until Sunday to close it off? And then, whoever won. I mean,
Do you think which day do you think will be our bigger attendance?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes.
So maybe we could, if we chose to do that, if we gave it away at the dinner, maybe it would give people incentive to come to the dinner to see if they.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if it's written down on paper, they're going to know who won anyway,
Right.
unless it's a
Okay.
live bid at the auction. I mean, at the dinner.
Well, aren't they
I'd
putting
rather-
tickets in the bucket? If they're
Mm.
putting tickets in the bucket, are they putting their name on every ticket?
Yeah. And that's why I need a printer because I want to be able to set it up so that they don't have to do it that way. We can just type it in and print it out and then, make it easier on them and us. Because
Okay, but
be
the
honest,
ones I've ever been to is, and here's my thing is, I've been told that $20 people will drop. So my suggestion is, they can buy, and they get 25 tickets for $20. So they get 5 extra tickets. We get $20, towards our deal. And it was always the tickets where, you tear them off and they have to keep the stub and there's no name or anything on them. Now they can put their name and a phone number on the back of them if we want them to do that. But here's another thought is, do you have to be present if you put your ticket in the bucket?
that's the thing. I would say no because we're doing it for 2 days and they're not going to be
Okay.
around for 2 days. So no to that. And that brings up the issue then of being able to read their name and phone number.
Exactly.
And those
And it
little
also
ones, you
brings
can't
up the
you can't
issue,
do it.
Alan,
So that's why I
you
wanted to
have-
have the printer so that I can have it typed in, print it out, and they can, it's all easy to read and we can go that route. So that's
Okay,
one of the
I
reasons
have-
why I wanted the printer.
I have another suggestion. How about on those, or maybe they're white, and then you have to bid with a blue ticket or some particular color ticket to do the beach house. And those are going to cost a different amount. So that way we could literally drop it in a bucket, but they would be at bigger increments. It could be a $50 ticket, it could be a whatever to get a chance to spend the night.
Do you think we'll make more
weekend.
money that way versus a bid?
Well, I don't know, but if you, I don't know. If the bid though, there wouldn't be if they know who's winning, there would be no sense to come to the dinner.
Dinner.
But that might not be. It might be better moneymaker just to do the silent auction.
Yeah. So, okay.
So what, let me
And-
understand what you're saying, Becky. So you're
Mhm.
saying if you do the silent auction, they would just come and write their name on a sheet and do their bid? Is that what you're saying?
That's what
And
most
this is-
auctions are, and you can see them silent
Right.
auctions. You can
Okay,
see.
so why don't you make it a sealed bid? So they put the bid in an envelope, put the envelope in the bucket, then nobody knows who bid the most.
Well, the idea with the silent auction is to encourage them to bid more.
You have to upbid the next person.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true too.
That's
But
the
like she
encouragement.
said, if you already know somebody as I bid you, why come to the banquet? I mean, why come?
Right. It would not help getting people to the banquet.
Right.
So I don't know. I
All right,
don't.
so let me ask this question, Becky. What is the starting bid for your item?
When we rent our beach house, depending on the time of the year, but summer's coming around. Um, well, we rented it for a whole week at a discounted price for 3,500 this past week, or is coming up. So, I mean, usually each night is like $300 or $400. So that would
Okay.
be easily, uh, you know, if it's just a 2 night stay, it would still be close to around $1,000
All right.
by the
So
time you
what
pay all the
actually,
stuff.
And you're gonna
all right,
make
so
it a
what
2 night
actually are
stay?
you giving? A 2 night stay or 1 week stay? What is it you're actually giving us to bid or to auction off?
I would do I would probably suggest a 3 night stay for sure.
Okay.
Most people can come over, and usually weekends are higher, uh just across the board, not necessarily at ours. We actually have like a 4 day limit, but we've been making a few exceptions. And um, whatever y'all think would be best. Let's say a 3 night stay.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you have a 3
I
night
think
stay,
that's wonderful.
does it say the value is this is $1,500? That in, the incentive, you said you had a
But
post.
then they won't go over that. I would think maybe we shouldn't say that. It's a four bedroom with an extra bonus room, and it's 4 baths. So I mean, it's a nice big. It sleeps 16 people or
Oh,
more, but 16, and it's right on the beach. So um, I think people would feel like they were getting a good deal.
Yeah.
yeah, if they wanted to have a family reunion or something down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to bid less than at least 500. The bidding,
I
because
don't think they
That's
would
just,
do that though. I think I don't know. What do y'all think? But I think
I think
if
you
we
need
made
a
it,
starting bid high.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, you
So,
mean Denise? You
that's
meant
what I'm saying.
started at
You need to
500.
start it. Don't it
Yeah,
started at least at $500. I wouldn't start it
yeah,
at less than that.
Yeah.
right. You can't
so
even
if
stay
we
in a
started at
hotel for three
500, that would
nights.
automatically kill anybody who really can't afford that much but would like to take advantage of it. So what if we started off at the cost of a 1 night, which is 300?
I'll do whatever everybody thinks will make us the most money.
Well, that's the thing. I'd like to be able to start advertising it now for that. So let's figure that out. And bear with
Becky,
me a
if
second. I need
you
to.
show a picture of the house, common sense would tell anybody they can't stay nowhere in a big house like that for $300. So if Alan would have advertised with a big picture of the house and is showing it on the beach and how beautiful it is, and and start the common sense would tell you don't go up there. You're gonna have to be at least $500 to $800 to win. That's common
And
sense.
and I will say that I know at least 2 times we've had live auctions for that, and they usually bring about $3,500 or more.
Okay,
And
that's excellent.
you know, but you've got people actively there bidding against each other. So,
Hmm.
but on the poster, I do have pictures of the different bedrooms and all the different,
Hmm.
you know, different things. So, um, I don't know. Y'all decide. I'm donating it. So whatever. It's not going to cost our organization anything, but I want it to
Right.
be most
Well, here's my
profit.
thoughts. If you're
Yeah,
doing did you say 4 nights?
3 nights, three.
3 nights?
3. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, you can barely stay in a cheap hotel,
No,
hundred
no,
dollars a night.
right,
Yeah.
That's
right.
why I'm saying, 500 should be but that's just my thoughts.
I think for a vacation weekend on the beach, that is a very good
Yeah.
price. So we can give it a try. I mean, what have we got? What have we got to lose?
Okay, so to be clear, 3 night is roughly valued at $900 if we're doing $300 per night. Is that correct?
It's actually, I think, a little bit. It's more than that. Actually, we charge less, more per night if it's um a shorter the stay. So,
Okay,
and I don't.
so
I
I'm
should
going to
have
put
looked it up before I got on here. I could tell you exactly, but anyway, it's usually 350 to 450, if not more, on
okay.
weekend.
So do me a favor. email me tomorrow what the actual
Okay.
cost will be, and then I'll write something up
Okay.
based on that. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to recommend that we do is go ahead and start the bid at the cost of one night, which would be either 350, 400, whatever that is. Start it there so it doesn't seem too outrageously priced for people. And it gives them a little more incentive to
Well, they have
outbid
an
themselves.
increment that they have to bid after that. And
I wouldn't put an increment. I just, whatever the starting bid is at like 350, whoever wants to bid on 351, whatever, from that point on. Hopefully we'll get it up to 1200, 1400, whatever.
I would make it be at least a $10 increment,
I
because
agree.
if
I
not, it
agree.
could go on
$10?
forever
Okay.
on these $1 things. I mean, it needs to
Yeah.
be 10, 20.
I think it ought to be in $25 increments. Or
How about
more.
25?
Okay.
$25 increment, I think is fair.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that. I mean, 25 bucks is not that much. So that's good. Okay, cool. All right. So then the other items that we're raffling off, the baskets and what Charlotte's bringing and the wine I have and all that stuff. We'll do those at $1 tickets. And if they buy 5, they get 1 free. If they buy 20, they get 5 free. Does that
Okay.
sound good?
Mhm.
Sounds like a winner.
Are we going to give any tickets from our tables?
Um,
That's always a good way to get them to go to the tables.
okay,
Or
so
maybe
if they
have to
buy
buy
a
a
book,
book.
they get a ticket.
Yeah, if they buy a book, they get a ticket.
Oh, that's
Sounds
cute.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then they can buy additional ones,
Okay.
additional tickets.
So in reference to that as well, I also set it up so that somebody could buy a $25 ticket or donation, make a $25 donation to get 1 free book from any author there. And we would cover the
Okay.
cost on that.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. So $1 per ticket or 5. 6 for 5. No, I'm sorry. Oops. Or 25 for 20. And I get a raffle ticket. Okay, good. All right, so that's good. Okay. All right. Otherwise, that pretty much covers it. We have been running 2 ads on Facebook, one on the Lone Star Festival page and one on the Texas Authors Institute page. We've actually sold 2 author tickets or author
Good.
spots from those ads. And so far, they've covered their cost. I ran them for a max of $50 each, and they'll run through the 1st of June. And we're averaging anywhere from 600 to 700 hits per day. So we'll see how that goes. We have 30 tickets, free tickets already claimed, so that's good. We're getting that information into us. So hopefully that'll continue to pick up as we get closer. I put a request out to the local TV stations to come and do a live broadcast at the event because of the world record. We'll see if they respond or not, do the best we can with that. Without having a PR firm to kind of push that, it's kind of hard, but I'm
Yeah.
putting it out there as much as I can. I have sent out over 400 emails currently, and every day I'm sending out 100 emails to all the Texas libraries because that's the max Outlook will let me do, letting them know about it. So we'll see what kind of response we get from that. Any other ideas or thoughts? If you think of anything, let me know, because we're down to the last 2 weeks basically.
I think we just
getting
need to
those
all
spots sold.
push it on our social media pages too.
Yes.
And a
Right.
table is how much at this point?
$250.
Okay, so we can say just 7 tables left. Grab yours for $250 or whatever.
Mhm.
And
Right.
make it sound like, oh, we're almost out. Only 7 left. Instead of we're still begging for 7.
That's pretty much it. So, Okay. All right. So on the agenda, let me go through it. So the last thing we talked about for front porch reads, nothing new on that because we're not doing anything on that until after the LSF event is over. That brings us to new business. So we have to vote on the Lone Star Awards. I emailed you a list of who they were earlier today. Um, for the rising author, Theo Boyd has gotten a lot of recommendations or votes from the community for that. So if anyone has any objection, we'll go ahead and select her as the Rising Author Award.
Okay.
Okay. Author Advocate, we have no nominations for that one this year. Can you guys think of anybody? And remember, the author advocate is somebody who's an author who's, fighting for authors in Texas
That would be
or
you.
have done
I was going to
special
say,
events for authors.
can we nominate you?
That would be you.
I don't nominate myself, but if you want to, that's up to you.
But we can.
Okay. We'll nominate Alan. Okay, that's you.
All right. I'm not going to say no. Okay. Then we have for a bookstore, there's a bookstore in Houston called Class Bookstore that has been doing a lot of classes and things in their bookstore that I would like to nominate them for. And this will be the last time for the Houston area because that's kind of like two back to back. But I'd like to nominate them for it.
Is
Any
there
other
anybody
author?
in the Austin area that we might could get to come to our festival if we were choosing them?
Not really. Oh, yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm really frustrated with it, with all the bookstores right now because I've put out so many emails to them asking for their help to send out to their author list about our world record event and zilch, no response from them.
Yeah.
So, and that's everybody across the state, and it's very frustrating. It's like, y'all want us to support you, but you ain't supporting us. It's a bunch of BS. That's just how I'm feeling right now.
I don't know. I'm not suggesting them for this award. I don't know much about them, but that Talking Animals bookstore, have you ever reached out to them?
Yes,
I hear
they're
a
on
lot
our
of stuff.
list.
They're in Grapevine, I think.
Okay, and I
And they
forgot about
really
them.
they support indie authors. They are an indie author, you know.
Okay. Remind me for next year. Let's definitely do them for next year. Okay. And matter of fact, let me jot a note in the agenda.
And next year, the Doc Bookshop in Fort Worth, they're real good with indie authors too.
Okay. What was the name of that one?
The Doc DOCK Bookshop. It's in Fort Worth on Meadowbrook.
Okay, cool. Neither of them are publishers, are they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So okay. So we'll do class this year and then look at the animal one and Zoc for next year. That'll give me time to go to their places as well and check them out as well and stuff. Okay, so then for book festivals, I'd like to recommend the Texas Author Con. They're putting us to shame. They have 86 authors for their event this year, and they're at the Irvine Convention Center. But their tables are only $150, so they're cheap.
I hadn't even heard about it.
Yeah, I was there last year and I interviewed a lot of authors. I'll be there again. It's in July. So I'd like to recommend them this year for it. Can you think of any other place or any other one? No? Okay. All right. Then the last one on our list of annual awards is for Texas Publisher. And I have nobody on my list and I have no ideas of who. Any suggestions? No? Okay, so we'll leave that one off this year. Okay. All right. So to recap, Rising Author will be Theo Boyd. Author Advocate will be me. Bookstore will be Class Bookstore. Festival is the Texas AuthorCon. Publisher, nobody. Is that agreeable? Okay, cool. All right. So the last thing to discuss, which I sent out to everybody last week, was about the Voices of America 250 Years of Storytelling Short Story Contest. Did y'all get a chance to review that or read it?
Yeah.
It's
I
also
think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I have not heard of anybody doing a short story contest for the 250th anniversary, which kind of surprised me at this point. So I think we should do. We've already been doing short stories. We've got that nailed down. We know what we're doing on that. Our short story contest ends July 31st. So we'll have our 10th anniversary edition and the 10th year anthology coming out in October. So we're good. I mean, I'd like to see more entries come in because we've been low on entries, but we have that going out in the newsletter tomorrow and stuff. But anyway, so I think it would be great to show us in the lead to do a nationwide short story contest based on being what it is to be an American. And let me help clarify that a little bit. Let me pull it up. So the guidelines is anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 words. The genres would be historical, literary fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, speculative, YA, gay, culture, or cultural fiction. No erotica and no hate speech, of course. But I mean, that covers that, and it gives everybody an opportunity to write something, whether it's in a fictional story or in a non-fictional aspect. It would be open to any U.S. citizen, any territory. Currently, I have it listed as 16 and over. Should we drop that down to maybe 14 and over?
Could we have one for the younger people?
Yeah.
And
Maybe
then
we
one
said
for
that's-
adults?
Yeah, that's
So
what I
if
was
you
kind
did
of
like
thinking.
13 to 18, 13 to 18, and then adults.
Okay. All right. So I know 18 years old are a little fickle, so we'll do 13 to 17 and then 18
Okay.
and on up.
Okay.
All right, cool. And it doesn't matter if they're new or established authors and stuff. Now, the entry fee, and this is the key. Currently, we do an entry fee of $40. I'm thinking for this one, we should do it at $25. It's a one-time fee. It doesn't cost us a lot to do these things, but I think at $25 we'll get a lot more response nationwide, and
Yeah.
it's money in our pocket, which is what's important. Do you think that's a fair price, or do we need to go higher?
I think if you want to get people to enter, the $25 is going to get people to enter.
Okay.
Now, when does this run from?
So it would start September. Actually, let me pull it back up. Hold on a sec. It would run from September 1st through February 15th. So that covers the holiday period because I know people are going to be forgetting about it during the holiday. But if we start in September through February, that gives us ample time to get a lot of entries in.
Okay. And so we need to push it at our festival.
Yes.
That I would like to, yes.
Charlotte, I think I interrupted you. What were you saying about the cost?
I don't know that I was saying.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to comment on that.
No, I think $25, I mean, we could have 100, we could have 500 people enter their short stories all, throughout the United States.
Right.
Now, and it's on, what does it mean to be American? I was trying to write down the title.
It's in the email I sent you, so all that information's there for you.
Oh, okay. I haven't had it. I've been working.
Yeah, no problem. So that also brings up another question. $25 for adults and up, no big deal. We've got that figured out. But should we lower the fee for the teenagers, or should we make it free for them? And by lowering it, I'm saying $10 for teenagers, or should it be free?
Mm,
That's a good idea because you might have a mother and a child, the two
there
of
you
them.
go. Yeah,
So free
that
or
would
$10?
probably be better for the kids. Yeah,
But I think
that
there
would
needs
I
to
mean,
be a fee. That's just part of life. So, $10.
$10?
$10 if you really want to write, and yeah, $10 should be a good amount.
You're scratching your head,
Cheaper
Becky.
than
What
a
do you think?
hamburger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said $10 is cheaper than a hamburger. So yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. And it doesn't really price out teenagers that much. So, okay, cool. So we'll do that. Where were we? All right, now the prizes. I had it set $250 for first prize, 150 for second, and 100 for third. And of course, they're all going to get print. Well, our goal is to have 25 stories printed in the anthology, so it's a good size anthology.
Hmm.
Um, what do y'all think on those prices? And that would be for both adults and for teenagers.
Is that what we normally give?
No, actually, we don't give cash prizes for
Okay.
ours.
Can we make money at 250?
It all depends on how many people sign up. I mean, we could actually end up losing money.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, but that,
How
I mean, if
how about more like 100 or whatever price we want to say, plus a highlighted article of them in our magazine, in our Texas
um,
Authors
yeah,
and
we have
printed
it
in
where
ink.
okay, so here's how it's worded. Top three winners will receive a cash prize, 250, 150, 100, spotlight interviews and press and promotional materials, and those our magazine, and also a Zoom conference, and a complimentary author copies, which we normally give 3 copies, is what we've been doing for our winners, giving them 3 copies of the book, and they can purchase copies of the book at 50% off the retail price, so that they can turn around and sell them and stuff. Um, all selected authors will be published in print and ebook format, receive marketing exposure through our July 4th celebration campaign, get discount tickets to a virtual launch event or whatever we choose to do for that. And the book would
Alan,
be
I have,
scheduled to be,
oh, I'm sorry.
no, and the book would be scheduled to be released in May prior to the 250th party. What is your question?
My question was, do you get a release from them
That's what I was wondering about. Yeah.
As far as
their
publishing it,
story?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and not that we get exclusive rights, but they can't, you get permission to put it in that book.
Right,
And
it's
what
in there.
about the underage kids? Will that work for them?
Well, an adult will have to sign
Right.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the adult has to enter for them.
Mhm.
It's usually a guardian or a parent
Right.
has to enter for them. And it's listed in the rules that we get 1 year exclusive rights to the story. And then after that, they can republish it or do whatever they want
Yeah.
with it and stuff like that. But we get that 1 year
Okay, so that
exclusive.
is in the, see, I don't remember that because, I've been in 2 of your short story.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember all that.
Yeah. We really don't enforce it. It's never been an issue, but it is in the rules. We do get asked for a 1 year exclusive. So
Okay.
okay, what else do I need to see?
And as far as the cash prize, don't let me. I just the bigger the cash prize, the more incentive is. But I don't want us to go in the hole on
Right,
this.
right.
We need
And
to
to be honest with you, as an author, my husband will tell you this, I work harder for praise and glory than I do the money. It's just the truth of the matter. So
Don't we all show?
yeah. So I mean, maybe rather than give the 250, if you look back on my cabinet there, I've got all these trophies. We could buy a plaque that has their, and they can, have that, short story, first place winner, and give them $100 and the plaque, and that would cost us a whole lot less than the 250.
All right. So then do you want to go 175 and 50?
I think that
And a plaque.
personally.
Yeah, on a
And a
plaque.
plaque, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a
I
plaque
know.
is something that you're gonna have forever.
Saying
Okay,
that you're an
so-
award winner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
You can see my
oops.
wall.
You
I
could
don't
see
have
mine, but I
real-
moved it to give you a view of my very messy
That is
background.
I don't
Becky,
have
that
any
is
award
gorgeous.
shows. That's great.
All right. Okay, cool. So 175 and 50, that definitely is workable and won't break us, plus the plaque of some kind, which is no big deal. That usually runs between $50 to $75 per plaque. So
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say too, Alan. You remember I done all them videos? Maybe you can get them off my phone.
when you come in,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that'd be fine. Just don't let me forget. And we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, the contest is known as um, where's it? Voices of America, 250 Years of Storytelling, a short story contest. We'll refer to it as Voices of America Short Story Contest. Everybody, the theme, what America means to me. To honor 250 years of American independence, we invite authors to reflect, challenge, celebrate, and reimagine the American experience. Stories may be historical, contemporary, speculative, or entirely fictional, as long as they connect to the spirit, complexity, and future of America. Sound good?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Great.
Okay. So all in favor? Whoops, hold on. Let me pull up the. Okay, I'll agree already. Cool. All right. That covers pretty much everything that I had on the list. Are there any questions about Lone Star or anything going on? Anything? Share with me.
How do I pay
Yep.
for I know you've told me how to pay for the banquet, but I gotta send you the money. I guess gotta send you the money. So I gotta get that in. Just tell me how to do
I'll send you an email.
it. Okay.
Me too.
Me too.
And what about
All
our
right, now
lunch?
y'all making it.
What
Okay.
about
Make it a
the sack
massy.
lunches or whatever?
What
Are
about
we
what?
the sack lunches or whatever? I told you I wanted
Right.
some, but I never paid for them. Did I?
No, nobody asked. I haven't
Okay.
taken any money from anybody at this time.
Okay.
So yes, you can still email me what you want. I think you did that already. But yeah,
Are we still doing it?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, I believe. So here's the deal. We're buying HEB box lunches at $10 each.
Okay.
We're selling them for $5, so it's costing us $5. Okay, so I think that's fair. It's a good sized box lunches. I think I sent the picture out about that. So I mean, you're getting a sandwich, you're getting chips that has hummus with it,
Thomas,
plus a dessert, and we'll supply coffee, water, or tea to go with it as well. So you get to choose from one of three selections. I think that's a good deal. Preferably, I'll be honest, if we had the money, I would rather have done that for free because I think it's an expensive thank you for being here. We appreciate you type thing. We're only doing it on Saturday. We're not doing it on Sunday. Um, so that's, Sunday they can do their own thing. Unfortunately, the restaurant there at the hotel is not fully operational as they said it would be. By that, they were supposed to be there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's only breakfast and lunch. So on Sunday, everybody can go get their own lunch or whatever they want to do and stuff. We have not had a whole lot of people respond to us doing the lunches. I think we had about 15 people total out of 55. So it's not going to be that expensive deal to work with. So I was figuring
Do
on
we
just
have
collecting them.
extras? What's
We
the
haven't
last
even-
date they can tell us?
Um, I'm actually going to send out an email about that in the next few days as a reminder, so I can try to get more people to set up for it. But yeah, I will set a date. I need to know by X date, and I'll probably order one or two extras of each one just in case they forgot and want to get something. And we'll collect money that day and stuff. I think that will be sufficient in that respects. What else? What
Alan,
else?
how
What
long
else?
is my panel gonna be? I forgot to
45
ask you.
minutes.
45 minutes, okay.
And actually, for both you and Becky, are you guys going to be needing to use a screen, a projector? Are you going to have a PowerPoint, or you're just going to talk?
Is anybody signed up for mine?
No, nobody
So,
signed up for anybody.
okay. I'll probably just talk.
I'm just gonna talk.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Janice Bryson?
Well, I'm loud, so I can just talk.
All right. All right. The reason I was asking is because I'm debating moving the readers from the vendor's room to the other room where the classes were going to be scheduled, and just put the classes in the vendor's room, only because of space and issue of that nature. But no big deal. We'll have that figured out. I think that's it. I am looking at a different hotel for next year that is larger and more cost effective. They already have the restaurant up and running. I was actually at an event that they did back in April. So it's bigger, it has more rooms, it's also more cost effective on the rooms, and the restaurant's up and running, and so no issue there. So I'm looking at them for next year. Um, and I'll keep you posted by the time we have our events and stuff. So, okay.
Are we
Double check,
having
make sure.
Are we having an in-person board meeting? We had talked about that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should do it Friday before the reception.
So by what time? So we'll make sure we'll be there, Alan.
Okay.
What time?
Let's say 6 o'clock. I think an hour before the reception is good.
Okay. We'll be there by then.
Yeah. And again, the setup is going to start at 3 p.m. So anybody coming in to the hotel can start setting their tables up at 3 o'clock, up until 6 on Friday. And then first thing early Saturday morning up until 8 o'clock. There'll be somebody there they can go in and set up and stuff. Okay, I think that covers everything. If not, you'll get an email from me. You'll see one of those flying around.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else before we call quits? All right, 7 tables to sell and 60 more authors, and we will have actually made a profit if we can sell all of that. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be the first time we actually made a profit. All righty. If there's anything else, thank you all.
Well,
I appreciate y'all.
you said something about a half table or something. It was in our thing we needed to discuss.
Right. So there was a half table that we agreed to last board meeting that we would sell. So what that means is they could buy a table for one day only. And
Okay.
so we're only selling them for Sundays. Those tables are only being sold on Sundays.
Okay.
We want them to buy a full table for the weekend, but we do have some tables. For example, we had some of the book award winners that are only coming in on Saturday because they got a free table for one day. So those tables spots are open then on Sunday, and it would be nice to be able to sell those for a one-day table. And it's $150 for that. We had one person pick that up. So. Okay, they're kicking me out. So thank you all. I appreciate it. If anything comes up, please let me know. I will stay on for Charlotte. You wanted to ask me some questions.
Yeah.
But everybody else, thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good night.
In a couple of
Bye-bye.
weeks.
And how do I turn this off? I don't want to end that. There we go.